A young, previously unknown adventurer was also with us. Otherwise, we would probably not have pulled it off. Somehow, this person got entangled in our problems during the autumn of the year 1009, after Busparen's fall. We all met on the journey, as it so often happens. How might it have been for the Greenhorn? Just imagine, Gladys. I'll reveal to you who it was.
It's good of you to join us on land, young man. We'll camp here tonight before we reach Nadoret tomorrow. But there is just one thing. You promised to make yourself useful during our journey. I forgot all about that, or I would have given you something to do much sooner. Lend old Pete a hand to set up camp for the night. We'll set off at first light tomorrow. Our paying passengers are in a hurry. Ah, these young folks have a thirst for knowledge. Ask away. Well, what can I say? It's a small and rather pretty trading town on the Great River, ruled by the Honorable Baron Dajan of Nadoret. Oh, you have a fine ear for detail, and you're right. The Baron's name was given to him by his mother, Mariscan. The Nadorets are one of the oldest noble families in all of the Kosh. An ancient noble family, if you know what I mean. Is there anything else you would like to ask? Well, for one thing, it's night, and you're much better off on land at night. If you ask Pete, he'll tell you that the River Father hates being woken at night and crushes the ships that disturb his sleep. But I would say it's just good sense. You can't see the rocks in a river at night. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
Who? What? Oh, it's someone from the boat. What was your name again? Oh, right. You're the one who couldn't afford to pay the full fare, the one that I can use for odd jobs. Sorry, I don't know how I can forget that. Friendly? Well, if you enjoy working so much, you can do my job as well. Or not. Who knows what a mess you'd make of it. I seem to remember that if someone chose to waste their money on betting instead of buying, tinder fungus and Ferdok.
No, that's not true. Somebody stole the money, and I was so shocked by the theft that I forgot to buy the tinder fungus. Really?
Well, someone will have to find some dry tinder fungus somewhere on this island, and you are going with them, just in case.
I'm not scared. I would go on my own if it wasn't so dull.
Make sure she comes back in one piece, or you'll have me to deal with. Jana is in enough trouble as it is.
And then you can tell me what he whispered to you.
Don't you dare. And Jana, no dawdling and jabbering about. There's work to be done.
Come on, tell me. What did he whisper to you? There's never a dull moment with you about. I think there might be some tinder fungus inside the ruined tower. Let's take a look there. It's as wet as a bowl of Kosh cabbage broth. We won't find a shred of dry tinder fungus out here if Effort has blessed the entire island with his wonders. I know. While we're here, let's take a look inside the ruined tower. I bet it's still nice and dry inside. So you like adventures, do you? Me too. I mean, I like to listen to stories about adventures. Come on, let's go. I'm not so sure that we should go in there. There seems to be a cave in there, and in Pete's tales, only one person ever gets out of a cave alive. Really? Well, I'll trust you this time. We'll be alright if we stick together. You go ahead. I'll watch your back. Don't touch it. I think it's a shrine consecrated to the River Father, and Pete reminds me every day that a good boatman never angers the River Father. Really. According to Pete, the River Father has watched over the Great River since time immemorial. Legend has it that he appears in the guise of a river creature, an old man, or even in the form of a walking willow. And he's friends with the fairies, too. Just this once, anyway. Thanks. Who knows what might have happened otherwise? Let's take this back to Pete right now. I'm looking forward to a nice, warm fire. You fancy yourself as an adventurer, don't you? Wait a moment. I want to ask you something. We never get the opportunity to talk in private on the ship. Tell me, what do you think of the other passengers? Well? But he knows the Great River like the back of his hand. He knows how to avoid the river's teeth and can navigate the ship safely through the Devil's Maw. While I quake and quiver in fear, he can be a hard and stubborn man. But I guess he has to be. After all, he has to shoulder the responsibility for the ship, the crew, and the passengers. He sure is. The Star of Ferdok has never capsized, and its crew has never gone hungry. What about the others? Oh, he's always complaining about something. I can never do anything right in his eyes, and he never believes me either. Exactly. He really shouldn't take his bad temper out on me all the time, but I enjoy listening to his stories. When he talks about his adventures, it's as though you were right there with... What about the others? Well, if you know anything about them, you have to tell me. I've already tried to get some information out of that good-looking, dark-haired fellow, but the dwarf and the blonde-haired fellow with the broad shoulders drove me away as soon as they saw what was going on. With all their whispering and carrying on, they're like a gaggle of old maids, That's for sure. They argue all the time, but they are very careful to make sure that nobody overhears what they're saying. Maybe they're planning a robbery. Or perhaps they are Imperial agents. What about the others? Me? Why? I'm sure that you will have adventures and be rich and powerful one day. But as for me, well, there's nothing interesting to say about me. Oh, thanks. You're right. I'm as grumpy as old Pete sometimes. But I would love to know what becomes of you one day. We've talked for long enough. Hey, the last one to report to Pete has to light the fire.
It's a relief to see that you have returned unharmed. We were a bit worried, especially Pete.
What do you mean, we're worried? I still am worried. Shaky Legs Carl told me all about what happened.
For all I care, that stupid river father can steal Shaky Legs Carl away.
What? Captain, you mustn't say such things. What's more, Henry spied a dark shadow on the river earlier. Now that's an evil omen if you ask me.
But I'm not asking you, Pete. If you want to stand guard all night, be my guest. But I want everyone else rested up for the coming day. And that's my final word on the matter.
Just in case anyone is interested, we actually did find some dry tinder fungus.
Good news at last. Pete, stop babbling and take care of the fire, all right?
You! Take care of the fire, Jana!
But...
And you go. Tell your 3 traveling companions over there that the camp is set for the night, but do not otherwise disturb them. Understood? Don't let Pete hear about that. What about it? It's better to be on the safe side. You made a very wise decision, especially as young Jana was there with you. Not that I hold with all that superstitious claptrap, but still, you want anything else? Ah, these young folks have a thirst for knowledge. Ask away. Well, for one thing, it's night, and you're much better off on land at night. If you ask Pete, he'll tell you that the River Father hates being woken at night and crushes the ships that disturb his sleep. But I would say it's just good sense. You can't see the rocks in a river at night. Is there anything else you would like to ask? Forgive me, but I am a discreet man, in spite of what folks might say about us river boatmen. I'll not tell them anything about you, nor tell you anything about them. You'll have to ask them yourself. I don't think so. But they certainly don't look like your run-of-the-mill merchants. If you ask me, they definitely have something to hide, but I'm not sure what. Is there anything else you would like to ask? Don't you start with that, too. Old Pete loves to frighten everyone with his tales, but there's nothing to them, so drop it. Yes. Pirates have been attacking ships on the Great River more frequently, but certainly not this far north. You can rest easy tonight. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
I'm sorry, but we're in the middle of an important discussion.
That's none of your business. But, we don't have anything to hide, so I guess we can tell you. We're
merely traveling merchants. And we have important matters to discuss.
That's right. We have a private matter to discuss. So push on.
Oh my, you are such an elegant and subtle character, Gamlin. I am impressed.
What's that supposed to mean? You're making fun of me, Kano? Foxhill.
It would be better if you left us alone now. I'm sure that one of the boatmen would be glad to chat with you.
Forgive me, but my companions do not welcome your presence at this time. Oh, thank you for that reassuring piece of information. I'm sure we've earned a nap.
I have to agree with him there. I'll sleep like a log after all that cursed rocking and rolling about on the ship.
Nobody's going to bed yet. Or have either of you slackards come up with a good idea yet?
As you no doubt heard, the good sir has requested that we continue our deliberations a few moments. Please convey our thanks to the captain, and excuse us for the time being.
So, you want to get to know us, do you? If you don't stop listening to our conversations, you'll get to know my axe.
Don't take it to heart. My friend's axe is much sharper than his mind, and his moods are far worse than his breath.
Kano, just say the word and I'll introduce you to my axe as well.
Oh, thank you for your kind offer, but I've already had the pleasure. And by the way, my name is Dabro, not Kano. Dabro Foxhill, remember?
Stop it, both of you! Now let's get on with our discussion, if we may. Forgive me, kind sir, but we wish to be alone.
Have you spoken with the gentleman? Well, that's their business, isn't it? Thank you for helping to set the camp for the night. Pete has laid out your bedroll. It's the one with the yellow blanket over by the fire. Sleep well, comrade.
Wake up! We're under attack! Help me!
Watch out! Behind you!
We reached Nadoret early the next day after that nighttime episode. Of course, we didn't want to leave our brave, unconscious comrade-in-arms behind on board the Star of Ferdok. I would never have dreamed that that poor devil would end up saving us later. By Angos's beard, look at this bump! Filthy cowards!
Whoever survives a blow like this must rank high in Fex's favor.
Maybe someone like that is just a tough nut to crack. You with your Fex all the time. Bah!
1 day. Give me just 1 day without you two loggerheads. Is that too much to ask?
Oh yeah? And how about that time when you and Forgrim... Oh, seems like someone's coming around.
Good to see you alive and in one piece. It seems you are really tough. These two quarrelsome fellows are Kano and Forgrim.
Barosham.
It is an honor.
And I am... well, just call me Ardo. I see, yes. You were... unconscious. Just take your time to ask any questions, and you'll get an answer. You are in Nadoret. Captain Albas was in a hurry to set sail. He told us that you also want to go to Nadoret, so we said we would care for you until you recovered.
Of course we would have put you up at an inn, but you beat us to the punch, and here you are, on the pier and conscious. You recovered very quickly indeed.
Fine. If you want to know anything else, just ask.
It was like this. When I saw what the gutless thugs had done to you, I jumped in the middle of a bunch of the cowards. I must have given about a dozen of them a good whopping. Well, it's not even worth mentioning.
Well, that's the truth. Thorgrim forgot to mention that his dozen opponents were so demoralized by my fencing skills that they just gave up fighting. At least those who hadn't already been knocked out by the reek of alcohol on his breath.
Fencing skills don't make me laugh. They couldn't stop laughing when they saw you waving that thing in the air like an idiot. And you can't fight when you're laughing. If I were you, I'd...
That's enough, you two. If you had been able to forget your vanity for a while, these cowards would never have got away from us. And now we're back where we started.
Did you hear that? Who likes to be attacked, eh? No. It's the merchandise that we lost when we were attacked. Without it, we're back to where we started.
Fine. If you want to know anything else, just ask. Oh, don't take that so seriously. We just didn't want to be disturbed. And we didn't know who was skulking around our camp. Pardon our gruff manner. Fine. If you want to know anything else, just ask. She got a couple of scratches, but nothing serious. The captain thinks she'll be on her feet again in a couple of days. Fine. If you want to know anything else, you are right. Enough talking. It's good to see you on your feet again. We too have to move on. I believe you could. Keep your eyes and your ears open. Perhaps you'll hear a snippet or two of information about the river pirates. Come tell me in the Leaping Stag if you hear anything. Before I forget, Forgrim, Kano, you both already know what to do. Let's go.
You there! In the name of the River Father, stop! The River Father and his voice observe all things that take place on the river. Use caution in your deeds and plans. We will be observing you.
By the thunderboxes, Emerin, stop pestering travelers with your blathering.
Day in and day out, you let your burdens be carried on his back. Therefore, you should pay homage to him and honor him.
I've had enough of you. Get out of here now, and leave the people in peace. And you, keep your nose out of my business, if you please. That fellow isn't welcome here.
There is more to lose here than mortals could ever know. So beware of the dark tentacles. Otherwise, death and destruction will befall you. But you are also the protector of hope and power. One seam in the fabric of life. Find me on the Isle of Forgetting, which is now marked on your map. It is there that destiny is to be fulfilled.
Enough, you stinking piece of flotsam. Leave this place right now, and take your raft with you. You have blocked my jetty long enough today.
You may be the master of the harbor here, but you aren't lord of the river. Nevertheless, I'll do what you ask. However, only until next time. Farewell, Orbert.
Where are you heading for, if I may ask? How nice for you. then you can disappear from my harbor. Now. You probably want to see the captain. Well, so what? That's your business. Through the town gate, and keep to the left. I'll mark the barracks on your map for you. Was that it then? I have more important things to do. Him? That was old Eberron. He's a crank who believes that the River Father sent him to us personally. Just ignore him. Was that it then? I have more pirates. Bah! The whispering about those horror stories is starting to wear on my nerves. Only ignorant peasants believe nonsense like that. Of course there are pirates. There have always been pirates. The minute more than one boat is attacked, you hear that pirates are in control of the entire Great River. That proves nothing. That just means that you didn't select your mooring place very well. Things like that just happen sometimes. Enough. I've already wasted too much time with all these fairy tales about pirates. Ask the merchants here at the harbor. They're more talkative than a crowd of fishwives. But in the name of the 12, leave me in peace. Was that it? I have more important.
Ah, welcome to beautiful Nadoret. I'm always happy to see a new face in town. My name is Trevina Ironwood. I'm a collector of old maps. I recently got my hands on this treasure map, and I thought you might be interested. I'm just not the treasure hunting type. I trade in maps. If a map has no value as a collector's item, I sell it on. Just because it happens to be a treasure map doesn't mean it's worth anything to a collector. If you like, it's yours for 5 silver thalers. Deal. Here's your treasure map. Always be with you.
Alves be with you. But of course, I'm on that plane with the Bylunk Riders. I'm a mounted courier. The Bylunk Riders are the best and fastest messengers in all of Aventuria. We carry news and packages to the most remote corners of the realm. Maybe I'll have something for you now and then. Who knows? Would you like to know anything else? I'm a mounted courier. The Bylunk Riders we carry... Would you like to know anything else? No. That's only where our original guild building is located. That's the reason behind the name. Our headquarters have been based in Gareth for some time now. And as for me, I come from Albernia. Would you like to know anything else?
Rain be with you. You can find everything you need in the garden of the Holy Mother. Just look around. Rain be with you.
Welcome to Old Emporium. How can I help you? Oh, that really is something, isn't it? Everyone's talking about these pirate robberies, and some of the stories going around are really fantastical. I tell you, just by chance, I overheard two of the river folks saying that the attacks were going on because the pirates had a competition going. They're all looking for a treasure trove that's supposed to have been lost in the river. About the pirates? You could ask old Greyhair. That crafty old fox has ears everywhere. You'll probably find him near the market, trying to beg, steal, or borrow a farthing or two. Oh, I almost forgot about Bailiff Rabbit. If anyone knows about that, he does. During the day, you'll find him at the town's south gate. Perhaps he can help you. Can I do anything else for you? Of course. What do you want to know? Try the Undercroft. I've heard that there are lots of Fexian delights there. Welcome to Old Emporium. How can I help you? Oh yes, I'm glad you asked. The innkeeper of the Mellow Ox has ordered some merchandise. Please, take it to him in the tavern. He will surely reward you for doing this. You will find the tavern to the north of Nadoret. Can I perhaps help you in some other way? Of course. What do you want to know? Here in town? No. His castle is outside of town, on the other side of the forest. They say that the walls are made of pure gold, and that the finest Bosporanian wine flows in the fountains. Welcome to Old Of course. What do you want to know? No, there's nobody famous here, apart from the Baron himself. But the Preos Dian, Brother Irian, he gets around a lot. Perhaps he's really an inquisitor in secret, or something like that. Welcome to... Of course. What do you want to know? There is supposed to be a thieves' guild here. That's right. The leader is supposed to be a young woman, but she's not from this region. She's a powerful spellcaster, they say. Who knows? Maybe it's even Nahima in person. Welcome to Old Benjamin. Of course. What do you want to know? Many think that he's a crazy fool, but once I witnessed him arguing with some fishermen. They never came back from their next voyage.
You made the right choice. My sets of armor are the best we had, near and far. No sword can pierce them. Just look around.
My greetings. Don't let yourself be distracted by that scoffer. You can get the finest blades from me. See for yourself.
Greetings. What brings you to the barracks? I am, but with whom do I have the pleasure? Well, well, a letter from Weapon Master Durgon. That old veteran saved my skin at the battle with the ogres. He wants me to apply the finishing touches to your combat skills. Right. Let's first see what you've already learned. Ready? Then your first task is to fight the wooden soldier behind me here. Draw your weapon and show us some good blows. Show us what you can do. Well done. And then let's see how you fare against a real opponent. Recruit Pagal will also spar against you. I'm curious to see how you move. Take this wooden sword and tell me when you're ready.
Come on, hit me.
Enough! Pagal victory is yours.
Child's play, Captain. You know, you can always depend on me.
As far as you're concerned, you have proven that you have talent, even though Pagal beat you. For the duration of your training, I'll call you temporary town guard recruit. You can help me a little, and I'll teach you a few tricks. This is Bornhelm, our quartermaster.
Are you new here? Then I'll show you the chest for your belongings first. You can put your things in here, and you'll find a tabard in there too. You're a member of the guard, so it belongs to you now. Try not to lose the tabard. You'll have to pay for a new one yourself. I also have a small selection of weapons and armor on hand at a special price for members of the guard, of course.
Thank you, Bornhelm. Dismissed. The tabard you have just received stands for justice and order. You should wear it with pride and integrity, even if many in this town no longer know what that means. Forget what I just said. Today, you have the night watch with Pagal. Report to him when you have your tabard on and are ready for duty.
Ready for the night watch? Hey, slow down. We won't get started until it's dark. So let's rest a little, eh? I'll explain what we have to do later.
Right. We always do the night watch at night. To see if everything is all right. It's your first time today. You can go first. Here. It's marked on the map where we have to go. Oh, yes. Here. I brought a torch for you. Here, take it.
Huh? Oh, hello. Nice night we're having, don't you agree? Such a beautiful starlit sky, really impressive.
No ruckus. Is that clear?
No, certainly not. Oh, really? How unobservant of me. That was not my intention. It's just a small problem I'm dealing with. A tiny one. Nothing of any importance. Oh, you know, my wife got terribly upset over a trivial matter again today and simply locked me out. And it was about absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, please, now I'm not supposed to step foot into my own house? No, that won't be necessary. I'm the picture of calm. You know what? I'll just enjoy the fresh evening air for a bit, and maybe I'll go to the inn for a beer later. We'll see. Of course not. I hope you have a quiet evening.
You can talk. Not bad for a start. Now we'll take a look behind the temple. Sometimes they're perpetrators. You know what I mean. That gave me a fright. Stupid cat. Damn. Oh well, if you say so. Let's go to the market.
There's nothing better than a proper little bottle of Kashwa.
Aha! Constant. Well, would you like a sip?
Too? Absolutely not. What are you drunkards doing here?
We're taking some deep breaths.
Exactly. You didn't listen in, did you?
I heard everything. Every bit. You're going to pay 5 silver pieces as a fine for... insulting the Baron. Right.
But, Master of the Watch, sir, you can't do that. Ah, all right then. Ah, here's your money. You can do anything you want with the little guy on the street. Yeah, on the street. You pick on the little guy.
Have a good night. Watch.
Nice evening to all you guys.
Really showed them, right? Too hard on him. But if the captain says we have to do it, then it must be right. Yes, definitely. Well, all right. Now for the East Gate.
Well, I think the shadows are playing tricks on my eyes. Aren't you Pagal, the recruit for life?
Yes, sir. I wish to report that... Hey, watch what you say, Carolus. Otherwise, well then.
No harm meant, Pagal. By the time you've thought it through to the end, Preos's disc will be high in the heavens. But I see you brought someone with you today. And then Nimralf sends you off to pull Night Watch. Then be careful that you don't end up like our captain. He's only a shadow of his former self after doing so many night watches. Nimralf fought the ogres at the troll portal along with a few warriors back then. But the most remarkable thing about the captain is, I believe, that he has never taken a bribe for anything in his life. But enough of the chatting. I hope you have a quiet night.
About what happened earlier. You haven't heard the last of it, Corollas. Forward, two! For Bex's sake, I forgot the next check. Where was it again? Yes, I have it. Broad Road. Forward! Help! Man, you talk too much. Let him have it. Boom!
Oh dear. By the 12 gods, that was close. I was literally scared stiff. Yeah, I'm fine. Lucky for me that you came along and chased away those thugs. Thank you very much. Well, it doesn't necessarily happen as a matter of course. I'm very glad you see to it that the streets are safe at night. They wanted to rob me. They must have been lying in wait for me.
What are you doing out here so late?
I? Oh, nothing. I'm taking a walk. I couldn't sleep. Yes.
Oh, that was good. Come on, to the docks and then back to the barracks. Come on, let's finish this patrol first. I get confused easily if I have to do a lot of things at once. Well, maybe now they've understood that we don't tolerate thieves here in Nadoret. So let's go. Our patrol has priority. Drury is more important right now. Did you hear that? I'm sure there's something there. Let's take a look. Hey, look, over there, at the warehouse entrance. Did you see that too? Come on, let's take a look at the door. You go first, and I'll watch your back. And what's with the door? What? Open? Well, I don't know. But I think we should go. Oh no, the Night Watch! Let's get out of here!
Relax. Just don't do anything foolish. After all, we just looked around a little.
Foolish? I always think before I act. Always. And now I'm thinking... Isn't that the Harbor Master's warehouse?
What? Just leave old Orbit out of it. He'll knock the stuffing out of us if he finds out what we're doing here.
Tough luck for you. The Harbor Master told me very clearly what to do if there was any trouble at the harbor. Namely, to call him. Because that's just the way it is. I'm going to get the Harbor Master. You keep an eye on that riffraff. Now you can show me what you're made of.
Listen, if all those involved are reasonable, no one will be harmed.
Now that you're alone, just let us pass and nothing will happen to you. Forget it. We're not saying a word. Let us pass.
By Fex, we really have tried to do it agreeably.
Enough yakking. Let's take care of this little twerp and then cut out of here.
What happened here? They were still standing up when I last saw them. But I'm supposed to take the two of them to the Harbor Master. He was looking forward to grilling them. Oh, don't ask me. I've no idea. But I'm not going back to old Orbit to listen to his nagging, that's for sure. Tomorrow, early, we'll ask the captain then. He'll know what to do.
Back from the Night Watch already? Any events worth mentioning? Uh-huh. Do you also see it like that?
Captain, we got involved in something. Just a small matter with the Harbor Master.
Pagel, reporting was never a strength of yours. You tell me about it.
Yes, that's right. I did want to come and get you, Captain, but...
Harbor Master Orbit pays better. I know your palm is always open and ready to be greased, Pagel. Come on, how much did he give you?
1 ducat. But only because I told him first.
The Harbor Master was already here this morning, complaining that you didn't turn up with the thieves. What of it? It's fatigue duty for you now, Pagel.
I'm sorry, I disappointed you, Captain.
As far as I can see, it's no fault of yours. You can take some well-earned rest now, but only a quick cat nap, then it's back into action again.
Captain, pardon me. My name is Anjan Garge. Sir, I've just come from the Southern Toll House. There's a problem there with 2 merchants.
At the Southern Toll House? A recruit is on duty there right now. But many thanks for the message, my good man. We'll attend to the matter.
My pleasure. I haven't forgotten how the guard protected us farmers from pillaging and looting thieves at one time. Parain be with you.
You'll have to take your cat nap later. Go to the Southern Toll House and help your colleagues. I trust you to get everything under control there. That it is. No stopping, no resting, and when duty calls, it's self-control. Shoulders back, chest out, and grit your teeth.